And stream is unmuted. The wonders of technology.
On the last time of Curse of Strahd, Heavy Homebrew, the party have a strange night at the barracks with strange ghostly soldiers. Wait, hang on, that's not... Is that the last one? Yeah, it is. Random family dismemberments, dripping and tick-tocking. They decide, with all this going on, it's safer to go and camp on the grass after Fenris, due to some gnarly visions of his mother's severed head, nearly sets the place on fire. In the morning, they split to do some shopping, talk to people to find out what's been going on, and to inform the right people about the bodies in the barracks. Matthias learned that the high priest went with the guards to serve Strahd and won't be back for a while. Fins are afoot. Fenris acquired a scrying mirror and some urines for his sister, where he plans to use the scrying mirror to find out if his mother is indeed alive or dead. Pip and the others found out from the barman that children had been going missing with some strange monsters emerging from the well. They decide to meet back up and talk about what they've discovered, where Fenris insisted that they get some rooms at the tavern so he could find out the fate of his mother and his other sister. Although, paraphrase, the other sister will probably have to wait for a bit.
She's not important, apparently. You know,
well, I only have one casting of the spell, so I can't use it to switch focus. So.
She's not important, as I said. It's, no one cares about her. I'm joking. One second.
I mean, it's so unimportant that she doesn't even have a name yet.
Now, you see. And now you want people to care about it. Come on, you should have told them that. Now they know. Her name is no name. Anyways, what do we do? What are we doing now?
Because I wasn't sure if everyone was back yet.
Yeah, everyone is back yet?
Upset,
are you front or back?
He's side to side.
I'm currently vertical.
Vertical. Very good. Vertical is better than horizontal when you try to play D&D. That's how I heard, at least.
The wrong kinds of D&D.
The kind that you play, I don't think stream should know about, you know?
Oh yeah, I'm not telling stream shit about my D&D.
I mean, you can, but I don't know if you want to. So because I'm on 18 plus, so no one. I mean, currently we have the bot watching us, so that's all the viewers we have. Right. Anyways, so Ben, what are we doing?
I figured, Fenris, you're staying around for the tavern, right?
Fenris will turn around and say, I want to get rooms booked so I can do what I need to do. After I've done what I needed to do, then we can talk about other business. But right now, I need to check on this. This is too important.
Okay. So I'll turn to the others then, and I'll go, well, we can investigate as much as we want to then. We could... I don't hate the idea of lowering me down the well and lowering me back up, or unless you guys have a better way to investigate it.
I think that's one of the best reasons. I mean, Fenris would be optimal, so I'll be able to wait.
Alternatively, we go to the mayor and we try and find out what we can from the mayor.
We could do that while waiting for Fenris to become available.
I think I have a certain level of diplomatic charm and persuasion. Maybe we can increase the reward possibilities for tackling this thing.
So, Mari, you might want to do the talking.
Weren't you gone?
Not yet, because we're still, yeah.
I thought you were already off on a trail bracing towards the inn to get a room or something, but okay.
No, I was going to, I figured we would go to get all the rooms sorted out now and then go and do what we need to.
Well, we can go get the rooms then, I guess.
You get the rooms?
Yes. I
Who
think
goes
I'll
to-
stick with Fenris.
So who goes to get the rooms?
I think we're just all walking back with Fenris to the inn.
Okay, so you stick with Fenris with the entire rest of the group.
Yeah.
All right. You get to the inn. I'm just going to ask this. It's morning. You want to get to the inn and get a room in the morning?
Fenris insists on renting the Mori.
Fenris wants to do this in privacy because, as he remembers last time, they don't exactly look fondly on magic here. So,
Okay. So you want to rent a room for the day as well. Very good. They will ask for 4 silver for day and night, since you want the entire day as well.
okay.
That is for one of the rooms. How many rooms are we renting?
Are we all cramming into one, or are
You
we?
cannot. There are 3 beds in one.
Yeah, but I'm only half a person, so.
Okay.
You could be put under the pillow or something.
Curled up at the feet.
Kill him while he sleeps, I say.
I think
Two rooms.
San Mario will opt to get their own room.
So if you don't take it from the morning and you just need it for the night, it's 2 silver. If
Yeah,
you want it also for
from
the
the
day,
night
it will be
on,
4 silver.
Yeah. Okay, but San Mario is from the night on, so San Mario will pay 2 silver.
Fenris will cover for both him and Jasmine. Is it per person or just room?
Per room.
Okay. So 4 silver from me. Him and Jasmine will stay together, but if anyone needs to, he wouldn't be opposed to someone, not Jonathan's brother, sticking around for it's also sharing the room.
Yeah, I can come and share the room with you because I want to study the tome I've got in the meantime.
If you're sure.
Yeah. That, and I can make sure nothing interrupts so that you get the results you need.
Fenris will nod gratefully and then wait for everyone else to decide.
I'm good
I
with
believe
where
everyone
I'm-
already decided. Except for, actually, Absit, did you decide?
Jonathan will just sleep in whichever room, spare bed.
All right.
He doesn't care. It's just like bed.
And all right, you go. You all have eventually. I believe Fenris, you want to do something now.
I do, but you could focus on the others for the meantime. I imagine mine's probably going to get quite heavy. So
I believe that you're the only one that has anything to do now, unless someone has something to do right now.
I mean, the others want your help with something, so I incline to want to wait for you.
okay, I thought you guys were going to go check that with the mayor get more information from the mayor if possible.
I mean, it's a way to do other things while we're waiting on you, I guess, but it's not going to be a long thing.
Fair. All right. This spell honestly shouldn't take that long, really, if I'm completely honest. But yeah, that's fine. All right. Fenris will. Fenris will take Jasmine up to the room. Since Matthias wants to study the book as well, he'll allow it. Not allow it. That's not the right word. He'll say, "Yeah, that's fine."
You're allowed to study your book.
Yeah.
Fenris
You
will
won't
say,
interrupt.
The Lord has spoken. Just kidding. Come on, go on.
He'll turn to Jasmine. Jasmine, I'm going to be upfront with you. This might not be good news. Okay.
Ever since we met again, everything we do apparently is not going to be good news.
I'm just preparing you. Okay, I need to warn you as well that this spell may not necessarily work the first time.
I've been
We
warned.
might not. Pardon?
I've been warned.
Look, I just want to make sure that you understand that this... And I need to pull out something which might be a bit distressing, all right? So Fenris will go up to one of the beds and he'll pull out the remains. Yeah, pull out the body and lay it on the bed gently.
Just remind me, whose body is it?
It's the body I found when I got that message from his mother.
Right. You get the body out. It definitely doesn't smell good.
I thought it was all bones.
Yeah, if you ever smelled bones, it doesn't smell so good.
Fair. But yeah, he'll lay it gently on the bed, and then he'll pull out
I'm going to ask, whose bed are you putting it on?
He'll put it on his own.
Okay. You have bones on your bed.
And then I'll pull out the scrying mirror, and I'll sit closer and kind of beckon Jasmine to come closer.
She comes closer.
All right. This is going to take... I need to bring up the information on the spell, actually. Let's see. It'll take 10 minutes. This is going to take me 10 minutes to initially cast, so we won't see anything initially. All right. But...
Are you talking about scrying?
Yeah, scrying.
It's scrying like an hour long?
No, it's 10 minutes according to this. Casting time 10 minutes. With a concentration.
One second, I'm just checking something here.
I think it's one of the ones that can be a ritual, isn't it?
No, not that. I'm just having an issue with Roll20. 1 second. Let me just refresh.
It can't, unfortunately, I checked.
No. That's really weird, because you think that would be like something you do as a ritual.
Yeah, but I think it's too powerful to be,
Oh, now it works. Okay. My SRD was not working. That's why I needed a refresh. Okay. So... It's ready. Okay. Very good. So you do the ritual.
It's not a ritual. It's a
Not ritual.
cast.
Sorry, they cast 10 minutes. Just so you know, 10 minutes cast. Just for the future reference, just so you know, longer than one action or one bonus action or whatever is considered concentration whilst you cast it.
Okay.
Just so you know, because I discovered it recently, so I wanted to update you all. All right, so you start casting the magic. Who are you trying to target?
His mother. It should be -5 for the save mod. Sorry, I'm gonna have to. It's the way it's written on here isn't the best. So I'm gonna bring it up on the SRD, but it's let's see. If I'm familiar with the targets, it's -5 on the save modifier for them.
I don't think your mother will try to avoid you, but okay.
Well, she doesn't know it's me scrying, does she?
See -5. Oh, that. What? Oh, that part. Okay, I see what you mean. Okay.
You also have a letter from her, so doesn't that also reduce the or raise the DC?
That's actually a point. Yeah, the letter is the letter technically a possession, Tom?
If it belonged to her, yes.
Okay, so it's -9 on the modifier. If they roll it, they take it off -9, from my understanding.
You cast for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, you finish your casting and gotta focus your spell onto your mother. As you finish casting and focus on the mirror, nothing shows up.
Does it look like it's just darkness, or is it just the same plain old mirror?
As your character kind of starts thinking of why it doesn't work, the mirror starts changing. You can see a sight starting to appear. You can see in the mirror what seems to be a hilltop. But there is no one there. You can't see her anywhere in that sight.
What the hell? That's not how this should... I'll kind of see if I can tilt the mirror, see if it changes the angle slightly. Sorry, did you hear that, Tom?
Yeah, I'm just checking something.
No worries.
Don't know if you can move it. That's the thing that I'm trying to...
It does say when you do the sensors appears at the location it doesn't move, so probably not, but...
So it doesn't move. I don't know. You can hear and see through the sensor.
Oh, hang on. That depends. I think it depends because it's the if I'm doing a location search, then it's then it doesn't move. But if I'm doing a person search, then it should move with the target.
With the target, sure. For now, it's not moving. You can hear winds blowing. Apart from that, roll perception.
All right. Can't guidance this, so...
Nice.
You can't quite see what you're seeing in regards to what I'm going to describe, but there seemed to be an irregularity about what you're seeing. There seemed to be almost like a line from which there seemed to be a slight duplication of some of the leaves and other things in front of it. As though nature suddenly decided to have 2 rows of the exact same plants.
Hang on, what? Fenris will... The spell creates an invisible sensor within 10 feet of the target. I should be... Yeah, okay. I'll try and move it at a different angle to see if it indeed shows that's the same result, duplicates leaves and whatnot.
To recast it?
No, it says on the failed save, the spell creates an invisible sensor within 10 feet of the target. You can see and hear through the sensor as if you were there. The sensor moves through the target. Move it, remain within... Oh, okay. I can't actually move it myself. Okay, no worries.
You can wait for it to see if it moves. If you wish.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. I wonder. Matthias.
Hello.
You mind coming over and having a look at this? I think this might be a result of some kind of illusion magic, but what do you think?
I'll cast See Invisibility on myself and take a peep through the mirror.
I don't think See Invisibility affects illusions in any way.
Can't hurt to try.
No, I'm just checking, just so you also know, because it's something that I should tell you also beforehand. 1 second. Oh, you cast it. Thank you. The SRD is having issues today for me. Duration you see. Yeah, it won't affect regarding illusions. Just so you know for the future as well.
Well, he doesn't know it.
Yeah,
there could be an illusion. He just thinks there might be something invisible he could spot through it.
You look through the mirror. Roll perception.
Would he have it with advantage since I pointed it out to him?
No, it's not about that. He has other things that he can also see.
Okay.
Okay. So you look at the mirror and try to kind of, first of all, see what Fenris sees, and you definitely can see it because it's, well, once he it kind of points it out, it's kind of easy to make out that thing. But the thing that is weird for you, what you see through the mirror without the sea invisibility and what you see with sea invisibility is completely different scenarios. Without the sea invisibility, you can see the mountaintop or the hilltop or whatever it is that you can kind of see. When you look with sea invisibility, you see what seems to be a passage underground.
There's a hidden underground passage on that hill.
There is. Are you seeing it with a different sense or something?
You can see his eyes are glowing at the moment. You've seen him do this before.
Fenris turns, realizes what you're doing, and say, right, okay. He'll turn back to the mirror. Looking at the location just based on the image, do I recognize it? And to help with this, I'm hoping this might help.
Sorry, I'm just reading the thing first. Okay. Roll history.
Oh, this is not going to be great. Okay. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of how I'm going to go by this. Let me think a moment. This will be interesting. Henris.
Yeah.
The place you're looking at reminds you of a place, but it's like off. Something isn't quite right about it. Almost like something isn't arranged the way you expect it to be. You can't really put a finger upon what it is because you can't recall exactly. But you can definitely kind of feel that this is something is wrong about what you're seeing compared to where you saw it.
Something isn't right about this image.
Mm.
I'm definitely thinking that this is some kind of illusion that's been layered on top of something else.
It's definitely hiding one thing.
The area where you're seeing currently, ignoring the error of what you're assuming is wrong, view to the area, 1 second, is here.
Fenris will bring out the map for a second and say, if I was to go off the image without actually, our suspicions, this is where I've seen that hilltop before.
Mm.
However, like I said, that doesn't seem right at all. That's odd. Very odd.
I've added a pin so it's easier for you in the future to know.
Yeah, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't scry for a location. I was looking for her personally, so she's got to be nearby. But why can't I? It must be something to do with the illusion itself. If there is indeed an illusion.
Perhaps there's something there blocking it.
Maybe. It's definitely not. Sorry, go on, Tom.
I didn't say anything.
Okay. The only other thing, the cave leading down into the Drow Enclave, that wasn't on a hill. That was in the middle of the forest, right? And it wasn't like the cave was hard to find. It wasn't covered in illusion or anything. It was just very well hidden, depending on where you
Wasn't
look.
this area?
Not that area either, but I'm just thinking that of the cave. It wasn't covered by illusion or anything. It was just a case of it was very well hidden due to the natural surroundings and
Yes.
whatnot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. I don't know. This. You're adding a pin for the Drow Enclave as well?
Mm-hmm. Because now there are pins I can put to the pins.
Oh, fair.
Could it be that Barovia has changed since you were last here?
I mean, we were only gone 6 months, but, well, 6 months fit on this plane anyway, but I don't know how much of this place actually changes as a result. I don't know. Is the long and short of it. I don't know if this plane changes frequently or not. I figured that would be up to the lord of the land, so to speak.
Because what causes scrying to fail? I know that it can only be on the same plane because the interference you get from trying to look between them.
Well, if someone knows I'm casting the spell, which my mother would have no reason to know I'd be casting this spell, they could voluntarily choose to be scryed, but like I said, she wouldn't have no reason to know because I definitely didn't have this power at any point when my mother last saw me. But I'll be honest, I don't know enough about this spell myself. This is the first time I'm actually casting it.
See.
Fenris will keep staring at the mirror until the time elapses. He's just going to keep looking for things, trying to see if there's anything else he can spot which is off, or try and just get a bit more information, even if he can just catch a glimpse of his mother.
After 8 minutes, your spell dispels itself, or something dispelled it.
Is that a case of that's the full duration? Because, I mean, we probably spent nearly 2 minutes. Okay.
It's supposed to be 10 minutes, and after 8, it stops.
Okay, well, something's definitely interfering with it.
Mm-hmm.
That definitely shouldn't have cut off like it did. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to cast this again until tomorrow. Damn it! And Fenris kind of punches the bed for a moment.
Well, that skeleton get punched.
Not the bed skeleton itself, just the bed.
Okay.
So it might rattle a bit.
Yep. There's a bone that falls off.
For God's sake, why can't anything be freaking easy? All I needed to know is whether or not she's alive or dead.
The spell wouldn't have worked if she was dead or on a different plane.
Well, that's it exactly. Well, that's the thing. If she must be here, definitely, otherwise I wouldn't have seen that. But honestly, if I kept getting failed repeats, then I'll know that. And he looks at the body. But and then he turns away. But then based on this, I don't know whose body this is, but it can't be hers. Based on that information. Either way, I'm not going to be able to do anything more today. I'm sorry, Jasmine.
I'm not sure what to make out of this.
I don't either. Like I said, it's a relatively new spell. I haven't really used it before. I've only just recently gained the power to use it, so Fenris will put away the scrying mirror and then he'll put the bones back in the bag of holding.
All right. What do you want to do after this?
Fenris will just continuously have a troubled look on his face, but he'll turn to Matthias. Sorry, I know I interrupted you while you were doing your thing. Do you want to do that first before we go back down to the others?
Yeah, it couldn't hurt to have something extra on hand.
Fenris will nod. I'll wait here with you. Is there anything you want to discuss, Jasmine, about this? Any questions?
Not really. I don't quite know what to make of it. I didn't really see anything except for plans.
Yeah, well, suffice to say, the way I used the spell, that's not what we should have seen. But I don't know. Maybe, I mean, Mom did have a knack for magic, so maybe she's put an illusion on herself. Maybe she's cast a spell which hides the terrain. I don't know.
She just knows.
Oh, it could. Or it could be she's been captured, and I don't know. I'm going to have to try again tomorrow and see if I can get more information.
Very well, then tomorrow we get more information. But are you sure she's here?
I wouldn't have seen anything else otherwise.
Does that count as seeing something?
Again, my knowledge on this isn't great, but from my understanding, if I couldn't find her on this plane, the mirror would have just remained blank. Same if she was gone.
Not. So tomorrow we shall have maybe more information.
Yeah, that's the hope at least.
She looks at Matthias. What are you doing?
Yep. Reading from this book, it should give me a new spell for the day.
How long are you supposed to read it?
It takes an hour. Do you want me
So
to
you
roll
spend
a
an hour?
D100? Yeah. Or do you want to?
Will you roll it? It's your book.
I know, but then the label it says the DM rolls.
Sure. What level is it supposed to be now?
Well, they get a 70, so it's only a level 1 spell.
Okay, let's see if I can use the SRD or I'm going to. Fucking hell. Okay, one moment.
All good.
IV. D. There we go. For today, is it from any spells type or what did I?
Yeah.
Okay. So for this day, I'll give you this guy's self.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Right. What else are we doing after the hour?
I
Sorry,
suppose once
hour and
Matthias
20 minutes.
Once Matthias is done, I suppose we'd head downstairs, meet up with the others if they're still there.
Everyone left. They went to another plane. Back to Fairwood. All right. The rest of you have been probably drinking something downstairs or just waiting anxiously to hear the good news of him solving all the world problems. but he comes down without a face of being heroic and winning the entire scene. What do you guys want to do?
Is the just role playing this? Is the attractive bar lady with the snake there?
The attractive bar lady with the snake. That's one way of describing it. She is not.
In which case, I'll just be chilling with the others, drinking.
Right. About 40 minutes after Matthias kind of left upstairs. Ed, roll
Yes.
a perception.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't have my sheet ready. Perception, you say?
You're not sure of it, but for a moment you thought you saw going across the entrance, not into the building, but kind of across, a halfling.
Okay. Pip's trying to play it. If that is her, Pip's trying to play it cool. Like he's going to wait for her to come to him. He doesn't want to sort of seem.
She
Like
didn't
he's
come in.
running
She
after him.
just went across the entrance, kind of as though continuing down the street, kind of thing.
Yeah. That's what Pip said. He's not going to start running out after people like halflings in the street. He's better than that.
10 minutes later, Pip, roll another perception check. You're kind of sitting there, just kind of chilling after being pretty sure that maybe you imagined it, Just maybe someone was, maybe a kid went through or something like that. As you kind of are kind of focusing on nursing your drink that you have in hand, like a glass of water or something like that, you can see at the entrance Raven, kind of standing with his head sideways, so his eyes looking directly towards
you. Who's sitting next to him, perchance? Would it be Senmari or Mateus?
Jonathan.
Jonathan. Okay, so he'll turn to Jonathan and he'll go, remind me, am I allowed to harm the birds or not?
Upset?
No.
Okay, well, at least let me scare it away then. And he'll pick up his glass and throw it towards the bird.
Okay. Roll the hit.
Not at the bird, just kind of like so it shatters next to the bird.
Okay. Roll a hit.
Fails and kills the bird.
Roll 1d20.
Yes.
Is it dexterity? What?
It's strength because it's a improvised weapon.
Okay.
All right.
If it's strength, that's -1.
Okay.
Oh no.
You throw the glass. It shatters not too far from the bird. The bird doesn't seem to be scared, just keeps standing there, looking directly at you.
You'll call to the barkeep. Barkeep, there's a dirty bird sitting right there. I don't like drinking in dirty establishments. Could you get rid of it, please?
He kind of seems to be looking sideways towards where you're pointing. There's no bird.
Like, he'll ask, like, that bird, right? And he'll look to this group. Like, you see that
Do you
bird,
point
right?
at the bird?
That bird there. Yeah,
And
I'm pointing at the bird.
So as you turn to kind of point again at the bird, it's not there.
I definitely saw the bird. Jonathan, when I pointed out the bird, you saw the bird, right?
You didn't point at the bird when you asked him. You just asked him if you can attack a bird.
Okay. So how did the others react when I just randomly started going on about birds and throwing a glass at it?
The barkeep seems to be kind of annoyed with you breaking glass. How did the rest of you react? The ones that are there.
Hip?
There was another one of those non-bird-like birds, and it wasn't a normal bird.
Right. And why did you throw a glass?
Because I'm not allowed to kill it. So the next best thing is to scare it off, which clearly it succeeded because it's no longer here. Thank you very much. You are welcome.
Well, I never saw a bird in the first place, but I guess. You go and apologize about the glass, though. We don't want to make ourselves unwelcome.
People kind of just sulk off to the bar, hand a silver piece, and just go, I'm sorry about the glass. I don't like birds.
I don't. He kind of seems to look at you again. I don't have birds in the establishment.
If you were to ever see one, feel free to kill it on sight. That's all I can say.
A strange one, aren't you?
People look slightly annoyed at that and then just sulk away back to the table. Not strange. You're strange. This whole fucking town's strange. Don't like this place.
15 minutes pass by. Roll perception.
Oops, God. Oh, sorry, that's persuasion.
You're trying to persuade me that you roll
I'm
perception.
trying to persuade myself. I'm not seeing birds.
You're looking at your glass, trying to kind of not at your glass. Sorry, it's I would say Jonathan's glass, as you're trying to really hard not to see birds. At the angle of your eye, you can see something bird-like at the entrance to the bar. Do you look directly at it?
Yeah.
You turn your eye to.
In fact, sorry, I've got my dagger in my hand as well.
You turn your eyes
taking my
towards
dagger out.
bird, and you can see this raven standing there, looking at you. Though you can swear it's bigger than the last time you saw it. Looks
Okay.
exactly like the previous one you saw.
Whilst keeping my eyes directly on the bird, I am punching Jonathan, going, bird, but there it is again. There it is again. There it is again.
As you're kind of. Oh, well, first of all, Jonathan, you're being punched. Do you want to stab him and kill him? Just kidding. Do you want to react? You don't do damage when you just punch him slightly. Jonathan?
Jonathan's just gonna turn and look roughly where like he's vaguely looking. Do I see anything?
As you're kind of turning your head to look at the direction, there's just a person kind of getting up from his seat, kind of passing through. As you look towards the entrance, there's no bird. Ben. Sorry, Pip. As you look towards the entrance, as the person passes, the bird is gone.
That's trickery afoot here. And seeing things.
Could that trickery be alcohol involved?
People stop and think, and then go, I don't feel that drunk. Like,
Fair enough.
what?
Just checking. Since we don't see them.
But also, even in my most drunken state, I don't tend to hallucinate, and certainly not creepy birds that stare at me.
Fair enough. It's just one of those things of, if you've been obsessing with something a lot, if you are affected by something, it would be a likely thing for you to hallucinate about, I guess.
Didn't all of this start with, in this town? Like, didn't you all start hallucinating various things, having images? Could it just be that these are birds in my head?
I guess so. We did, but I believe those were like at night. Nightmares.
Could we go somewhere else, please? Like, could we go
Sure.
to someone? Could we go to the room? Can I share a room with one of you, please?
I did rent my own room, so we can go up there
As
if you
you're
want to get away from people.
as you're about to kind of maybe go up, you can see the two of them kind of getting down. The three of
Okay.
them, sorry. Yeah.
Oh, maybe we can just go out and get on with stuff. Get your mind off it.
Okay, I kind of want to hear. Fenris looks really disheartened. That's never a good thing.
Well,
Fenris,
anything we should know?
Yes.
you are at the table with them.
All right. You want to go explore this? Well,
If that's what your mind is on, that is a task of ours, yes?
yeah, I think it's best I distract myself for the moment.
I believe Pip also could use a distraction, so it is welcome.
People just turn to Fenris and go, "The birds. There are more birds, but I don't think they're real birds."
Pip, normally I would try to encourage you or, at least steer you away, but right now I don't have the headspace for it, so I'm sorry, I can't help you here.
Let's just get a move on. Let's try and tackle a task at hand, and hopefully the other things will become more obvious with time.
Well then.
The
To the
scrying wasn't...
well.
Fenris will just mutter, the scrying wasn't conclusive. I'm going to have to try again tomorrow. And he just leaves it at that.
Yeah, I think Samara would just comment then.
Well, I believe you aren't limited to a certain amount of users, so better luck for the next day.
Are we going to the well?
Yes.
Yep.
Well. How do you guys want to get down there? Using a rope of yours, or do you trust the old rope that is still connected?
I believe the plan proposed by Sinmari last time was to have Fenris shift into a small aquatic form, and we would use the already attached bucket of water to just put him in that bucket and, lower him down gently into the well.
So, Fenris, do you want to do that?
I'm just checking my forms a second.
You want to be a kipper?
So, if this is possible, how would we know when to pull you back up again?
The form I'm thinking of taking isn't exactly quiet. You'll hear me.
Okay. So, when you start making a bunch of noise at the surface of the water again, I guess we will wait a moment and then pull the bucket up?
Yeah. Unless it sounds more urgent, in which case pull me up. Or if I start yelling, because that by then my form could have been dispelled.
Right. Then we will try and see if the rope isn't too damaged to pull up a person.
We have spares.
Indeed.
How wide is the hole, Tom?
The hole itself is not very wide. It's a well. It's not a swimming pool.
Oh, well, wells come in different widths, though. Some of them are like
It's-
several meters. Some of them are like barely half a meter.
This one is about 3 meters across.
That's quite large.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, it's not a swimming pool. It's not like
Oh.
you know.
Yeah.
I know, but 3 meters is plenty.
Oh no, there's no issue with you guys going down. I'm just saying, like, it's not okay. So you start going down in the bucket. Or what form are you taking though?
How big is the bucket?
Regular bucket.
You can get a foot in as a person.
Okay, the form I was initially thinking of, both for defense and also what might not fit in that bucket. I was thinking of taking on the form of the giant frog, Tom.
Sure. You won't fit in a bucket.
No. I can take on the form of a standard frog, but I'm a bit worried about the defense aspects. But yeah, that works.
I can reduce you in size once you change.
That works if you're willing to make the expenditure.
Would a reduced giant frog work in the bucket?
How much does it reduce?
I think it's like half in all directions. It like drops you a size category.
So it'd be a small frog instead of
half in all dimensions. Yeah, could fit. Won't be comfortable, but it would fit.
So you can
Would
squish into the
achieve what we
bucket
want with
unreduced.
Fenris nods and then he kind of focuses for a moment and says, "You might want to cover me just so." Oh, and Jasmine, don't worry, it's still me. Just don't scream. Don't draw attention to ourselves. And with that, Fenris will take on the form of a giant frog.
It will only last a minute, I will say.
People turn to Jasmine and go, I don't know why you'd scream. It looks much better like that, I think.
Do you turn in? Okay, so you turn into a frog and you quickly cast, I'm guessing, the spell,
Yep, a shrinky dinky.
and then you drop him down in full force so he dies downstairs, right?
Yes. Put him in a catapult and hurling him away instead.
Yeet.
Anyways, Fenris, let's move you to the back.
All right.
You are in frog form. I'm just not shifting your form because I don't want to start messing with that.
Oh, that's fine.
I'm not changing you because I don't care.
I think I should be able to change it myself as long as it's on the list anyway. Because I think, didn't this have the multifaceted tool? Multi-sided. Here we go.
Ow.
Choose
Don't think you
side.
have a frog though.
No,
No, I do
food.
not. No, frog's not on here, unfortunately. Okay. Fenris will do a quick glance around. What can you just tell me about this area, first of all?
It seems to be a pretty large pool of water you're in. It seems to be structured, as in you can see walls that have actually built. It seems that at some point, at least, people have come down here to build this thing. There seem to be 2 doors with a kind of piece of wood holding them closed on it, in between them, kind of thing. And the place smells of water. I mean, yeah, pretty strongly. There seemed to be a slight current coming from the center of the pool upwards. Very light current.
Fenris will, after his glance around, he'll hop out of the bucket and then start swimming towards the doors to examine them, see if they've been disturbed recently.
Just don't open them because you don't have the way to open it.
Yeah, I didn't want to worry.
You can check out the doors. It's very hard to know because they seem to be slightly wet. You're guessing that maybe it gets sometimes there is some vapor here, so the doors are kind of wet. So it doesn't really seem to show you if anyone was here recently, at least.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, Tom, I don't know if this is supposed to be on here, but there's a lot of dead kobolds on this map.
Why can you see through walls?
I can't, I
When
can't see
you
through the
get
walls.
the
It's just the kobolds. They're scattered around here, all dead.
Looking.
They're just there. They're just visible.
Oh, I see it now, but I don't know where they are. 1 second.
I mean, I can try and refresh and see if that fixes it.
I don't know 1 second. I will fix it. I'm just trying to figure out which ones these are.
The ghosts of kobolds.
Have you been dumping them here whenever we've killed them?
Weird. I don't know how this.
There's something else visible now. There was anyway. There was like carts or some kind available.
Will come.
Just looking now. It looks like they are. Yeah, it's all gone now.
Kobolds are alive again. Very good. Anyways, what do you do?
Looking at the doors, do they look like they've been recently disturbed? Like I know
They
it's hard to
said you
tell.
have no way to tell.
Okay. Does the thing that's blocking the doorway, does it look like it's crumbled to basically nothing? It's no point it to be in there, or?
It's in very good shape.
Okay. And are there any holes in the doors?
I mean, the door doesn't completely cover from ceiling to bottom, but it's a pretty good door.
When you say it doesn't cover from ceiling to bottom, how wide is
It's
the
not
gap?
airtight. That's what I mean. There's a slight gap, you know.
Small enough where I think my lizard form could go through.
You would need to be underwater, but probably.
Oh, at the top, I mean.
Probably.
Okay. I won't do it just yet because time and whatnot, but I'll also take a swim around the room. I'm going to see if there's any holes or anything, any signs of anything that's passed through recently, anything like that.
Again, wet. How do you tell?
Are there any kind of holes in the walls? Are there any disturbances like refuse piles left on the sides or in the water, things like that?
The pool of water is pretty clean. You would hope so, since you're drinking from it. Regarding the walls and checking them out, could you please roll a perception?
Okay.
As
I'll
you
take
are up here. Are you rolling with the frog, by the way?
Sorry?
Did you roll with the frog? Oh, never mind.
It's a wisdom score, so it's my score.
You notice there's a secret door here.
Secret tunnel.
I'll approach the door. Does it look like it's been used recently?
It seems to be part of the wall, but you can make out seams that seem to introduce that it probably is a secret door. Though your shape probably is too small to trigger it. To push it.
What if I use? Oh, it's in a push door.
You're pretty sure that it is a push because there's no handle on this side.
After a minute, he'll be back to his giant frog size.
Yep, that's why I'm just hoping that he gets up because.
Oops.
Fenris will make note of that door, make a quick circuit, and then he'll go back into the bucket. I'll just imagine I've done a circuit and then come back into the bucket and then kind of do a loud croak.
Whoops.
The frog is dead. You can now leave him there and forever forget about him. Do you guys pull him up?
Yep,
No.
we'll start trying.
You're back up?
I'll hop out and then wait. I'll change form back to my normal form and then wait for the spell to, run out.
The
Or
spell
you
will run
could-
out very quickly. Your shape doesn't, so do you change back to yourself?
Yeah, I changed back to myself. Just I suppose just as the shape change, as the minimize is happening.
Still being in the bucket, or do you get out of the bucket?
I hop out the bucket.
I was hoping so, because it would be very weird if you did. Anyways, yeah. What do you want to do?
Okay, so there is a blocked door down there. Two set of them. That doesn't look like it looks fairly sturdy, so I doubt fins are getting through that way. However, there is a secret door down there, which it looks like some kind of push door. So it might be fins coming through that way. It might also
a look.
say again. Sorry.
I said worth taking a look.
I would say so. I think if we're going to do it, it might be best if we wait until tomorrow, only because I don't have a lot of spells prepared for water right now.
Fair enough. They said that things were coming out of the well at night, right?
Yeah, we could post guards around here and keep watch.
Yeah, I mean, I only have a limited amount of spells, but most of my thing is just hitting stuff, so I could volunteer to stay out for the night.
We should all take turns doing it, either way. Well, minus Jasmine, of course, but we should all take turns doing it. It could just be part of our watch cycle.
Yeah, I was just gonna volunteer to just sleep for a couple of hours in the afternoon, stay up all night.
That's not ideal, and you know that.
Mm.
And it's better to have two of us on at a time anyway.
True. Alright.
We have enough people that we don't need to strain ourselves.
Fair. How close do we want to guard the well? Do we want someone right up on it, or just within sight of it?
Probably better to go within sight, because then whatever comes out, we can have the advantage of an ambush, for example.
My only question about this situation is whether there's a curfew at the inn.
I suppose there is that. I can bypass that easily enough in another form, but I suppose the rest of you might have issues.
Yeah.
Technically, if I can set up a way with a window or something, I could get in and out with the shadow step. But I don't know that. That's just a guess.
I think the curfew people are going to be closing and locking their doors and windows.
If everything is boarded up tightly, then I will not be able to do that trick.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough, Obsid.
What's going on? What did Dobson say?
Can't join chat.
All right. Good night.
Yeah, I'm
Well,
literally face planting my desk a little bit.
No worries.
it happened.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll just do it until the point they get to go down. So just go steep.
Thank you. Sorry,
Good
guys.
night. Bye bye.
night.
Good night.
So yeah, let's continue on.
Alrighty.
But yeah, I think, well, as long as we can, I suppose any of us can sneak out the window, as long as there's a way to climb back up afterwards. Although we'd have to be careful about being watched and whatnot. And he's saying all this quietly so that no one overhears him as he's talking about this.
With my ability to get in and out, I would at least require to start inside so that I can set up a way for myself to get back in. I would have to, at minimum, open the shutters slightly in a strategic position.
Forgive me, but given what's going on in this town, aren't the owners of the tavern going to be very, very, very sure to keep a lookout for open and shutters and just shut them on you?
Well, if they are checking all night and going over the shutters, I guess they would happen.
Alternatively, we could try and set up an alarm around the well so that if anything comes out, it'll alert us.
That's also a way to do it. What kind of alarm are you thinking about there?
If anyone has a magical one, that would be great. Otherwise, it'll be... I've got some chains and manacles that'll make some noise if they get dragged across the floor.
We could also camp outside again, but this time arrange it so that I believe we have enough people for 2 people to be awake during each guarding phase.
Yep.
And that means that we could have one at the campsite, keeping us safe, and one person at the well.
Yeah. Oh, I do have a rain catcher, so I could put the cloth over the top of the well and a whole bunch of rattly stuff so that something crawling out would disperse them and they'd make a lot of noise.
Right. I guess a different approach could be putting something on the edge of the well, and if it's disturbed, we have our answer.
True.
But we would have to try to be sure that we are the first and the last to see the well, so that no one getting their morning water would be the ones to disturb it.
How deep was the water when I was down there, Tom?
About. I mean, if you were in your humanoid form, probably around a bit more than waist deep.
The water's decent, quite deep. It's more than waist deep. I estimate if I was in my normal form. Pip, you might have an issue unless I prepare the right spells.
Not that short.
Yeah. Isn't Pip just below? No, isn't Pip just below my waist in height?
Not 2 feet tall.
I'm 6 foot. I think. Let me double check. Actually, I might not be 6 foot in this character.
Halflings
your
are
height,
usually
Pip?
3 something,
5'8".
No, what is Pip's height?
Yeah.
Pip, what's your
Halflings
height?
are usually
He's been
3
a
something.
10-foot halfling the entire time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tallest halfling
I don't
ever.
actually have that.
You need to
I'm
choose a
4
side.
foot.
Yeah, 4 foot.
I'm 4 foot 4 inches.
Okay, fair we
No.
go. That's fine
So
then.
quite tall for a halfling even.
A tall
Yeah.
halfling.
Forget what I said then, because I thought he was smaller than that.
That's fine.
So Fenris will say there may be deeper sections, but at least the initial area isn't too bad. But I can still prepare for walking on the water and breathe in. But that as soon as we end up going down there, we might be able to deal with whatever comes out first, which comes back to the point. Although there aren't any guards here in town, do we have to worry about leaving the inn and coming back?
I'm thinking not about guards, but about the inn having a curfew of locking up.
I don't see why they'd be locking up our windows.
If they've
Yeah,
had reports of things coming out of the well and taking people for the last few days, I don't imagine they are openly inviting them to come in through open windows and doors.
I would imagine to ensure the safety of their clientele that they would lock up all windows and such at night as part of the daily workings. But that's, I guess, my assumption.
They may also, well, actually, Fenris spent some time in the room. Although granted, he was focused on other things. What does he remember about the window?
Barred.
Barred as in completely sealed tight barred, or as in a person wouldn't be able to go through it, but you could open it to get some air and stuff.
No, it's
Like
sealed.
But sealed, right?
With nails and such, they made sure it's closed.
Yeah.
Okay.
They really don't want people getting in.
Yeah, I'm just thinking now, and yeah, I remember the window was actually barred tight. Even I couldn't slip through that. I'd have to go through the doors in lizard form.
I would have to be able to see in, and not through a glass pane. I would have to have line of sight for the inside, then I could step from one dim area to another.
I would say that
But
you
if I'm not able
probably
to,
could see between the wooden bars. I mean, it's not perfect. They use wooden bars. It's not, today that they can cut it right at the
So
ship.
you would say that I could probably use my ability to actually get in and out.
Yeah. I would say that
That's
anyone
good.
that has a teleportation magic that is based on sight probably could use it.
Would I be able to slip through as a lizard, for example?
A regular lizard, yes. If you go with giant lizard, no.
That's fine.
I guess actually if it's boarded up and not completely tight, I might be able to find a spot that I can look through. In that case, I would maybe actually be one of the people here with the easiest ability to leave and come back as I please.
Same. If there's the big enough crack, I should be able to slip through in lizard form.
Okay, so just a question for you. To be fair, Michael, I'm just being fair here.
Yeah.
How would you go through back? Because on the way out, you would see the floor from your room.
So here's
But
one
on your
thing
way
that
back,
I've always perturbed me a bit about this kind of thing. It's like I need to be able to see a place that I can go to.
Yes.
It doesn't necessarily mean that I need to see the ground.
Well, where would you
Right.
stand in the air?
Right, but I know that there is ground beneath said air, right? I can see.
Yeah, but you can only teleport to where you can see.
But I can still see the place of the back wall of all so.
Okay, so no, okay, I will be more precise. Sorry, I got now why you're asking it, and you're correct.
Yeah.
But here's the problem with why I'm asking that question. The floor of the rooms is the second floor.
Right.
My question is, how would you see into the room?
Would I be able to see the ceiling?
Well, the problem is that the bars would block your view.
So I could probably easily get onto a rooftop to look in.
Sure, that can be possible.
Yeah, okay. But still, let's say I'm looking from below. If I can see the ceiling or the back wall, would I not still be able to use my ability to just go to the wall or to the ceiling, even if I end up, quote unquote, a little bit in the air inside?
No, I got you. I'm just going to explain why you can't, and I mean, you can argue with me. It's fine. I'm okay with arguing.
Because I don't think we have the same. I think I know
imagine
how
this,
you work,
okay?
and I
let me explain how it looks like, and then you can try to make your point, because maybe I don't understand you, and that's fine. So basically, imagine that someone barred the windows, right, with these uneven bars, kind of thing. There's a small opening that you could probably, with your eyes, kind of look between those bars to see down there.
Yes.
Right. But it's not like big gaps. It's not like if you go from the street, you won't be seeing through the thing, because it's not like big gaps between them. It's just that your eyes, when you're close enough, are big, small enough to see through it. So that's what I mean by you probably will have an issue looking into your room from the street. If you get up a bit, I don't have an issue with you actually using that. I'm just saying, right from the street, looking up, you won't be seeing into your room.
So I'm just gonna draw very crudely on the map and then delete it.
Let me just go back to the map so I can see what you're drawing.
Yeah, I'm just gonna use the forest as a up northwest
Sure.
just to have a more monotone
Yeah.
like color. So let's say we have a hallway, and that's just a narrow gap I can see through,
Mhm.
and I see from the street, right?
Mhm.
If I can see the ceiling, can I not teleport to here? Because if you read Shadow Step
Oh no
or
no.
any
Okay,
other
so
spell
just to be
like
clear,
it,
yes, you can. If you could see it,
Mhm.
yes, I totally agree with you. You could do it. My issue
yeah,
is
because
if I go with your
yeah.
drawing,
Mhm.
imagine this opening, instead of being this big,
Yeah.
is this
Yeah.
big.
So you think that I would be seeing the underside of this butt-up board instead of seeing through the gap?
Exactly.
Yeah, okay. You think that, okay, yeah. Because like what I've always had trouble with is like, okay, like even a different example from an earlier point
Yeah.
would be if I have a castle wall
Mhm.
and I can, like we have like a castle wall. Technically,
Actually,
I can still
I would say that.
see here.
Well, okay,
I can
so
still see this air right here.
actually, I
Mhm.
have to correct myself because I just noticed it. You can
Yeah.
teleport between shadows. Shadows are things that are on something.
On things. Okay, so I would need
Yes.
to have a back wall that would have a shadow on it or a
Yeah,
dim light
exactly.
on it.
Exactly.
So if there was a further tall thing here,
You
and I
could
could
then teleport to
see
it.
that wall, I could teleport to the wall and then land here, kind of thing.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
I
but
actually
I
needed
can't
to correct
teleport
myself
to
because I
a
just noticed
dark
how it
area
works.
in the air.
No,
Okay.
because it's
Yeah.
not a shadow. It's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
dark area, but it's not a shadow.
But getting
It
into
says-
getting into through the window or the bad window, I would just need to be level enough with it so that I can actually see through the cracks of the barring.
Exactly.
The only thing I
Yeah.
would point out to both of you is it says it's when you're in dim light or darkness, you can teleport to a place that's also in dim light or darkness. So it doesn't matter about a shadow; it's dim light or darkness.
No, it actually says in the
Yeah.
first sentence.
Yeah, but if you read the rest of it, it says when you are in
Matter.
dim light
It's
or darkness.
one of
as
the
opposed
things
to-
that you can step in
Well,
between
you
are between
gain the
one
ability
shadow
to
and the
step
other.
from one shadow into another. So that's how we interpret it.
Yeah, but it also says up to 60 feet to an unoccupied space. You can see that is also in dim light or darkness.
Yes, I agree with
another
you. But
another shadow that is in dim light.
I agreed with you, just to be clear.
Yeah,
I just
but-
said yes, but you need to be in the shadow.
But it needs to be a shadow. You can't have something that is in the middle of the air be considered dim light. It needs to be in relation
Actually,
to a
does
backdrop.
anyone have Misty Step? I will show you the difference. Can someone cast Misty Step a second?
I don't have it, but no, it's But the point is that it's fine about the shadow, but the point is there's not going to be a shadow in darkness.
Everything is a
What's
shadow
a
in
shadow?
darkness.
Pardon?
Everything is a shadow in darkness.
No, what I mean is if it says that you can also you can see that it's also in dim light or darkness, then if it's dark, if okay, let's say this darkness spell was cast, there's no shadow being projected because
Yeah.
it's
The
a
moon
darkness
still
spell.
casts a
But
shadow.
you can't see through the darkness spell, so that's already kind of canceling that.
Yeah, so that negates it. That negates it for the vision part.
So I'll just show you the example of what I mean, okay? This is the wording of Misty Step, okay? In this case, it doesn't say you need to see any shadow, it doesn't say you travel between things, you just teleport to an unoccupied space you can see. It can be any kind of space. It can be the air, it can be, whatever you see. I don't mind. But this spell specifically kind of says, no, we're not allowing you to go anywhere. You can travel between shadows in dim light or darkness.
Stepping from one shadow to another.
Is that understood, or do I need to clarify in some way? Because I'm okay with clarifying further if there's an issue with my wording. Because I'm okay
Me
with
and
arguing.
Tom has
Just
been
to be clear.
agreeing.
Yeah.
I'm
Dennis?
just reading. Sorry, I was just reading something about this a second.
I mean, if you can show me a ruling that says otherwise, I'm okay with it. But I don't believe there's an issue with it. I'm just going to actually, you know what? Let's see what Germany says. You know. So, in fifth edition, D&D, it's a ability, right? It's an
Yeah,
It's an
it's an
ability
ability
of
form?
the Shadow Monk. Yeah. It's a monk way of the shadow 6th level thing.
Does it formed into the air in the dark area? No, actually, I will leave it at that and see what it answers, and then if I need to, I will clarify and see what it answers. What could be that um let's see if it answers in what way. Okay, I disagree with the ruling of Germany.
Why? What does Germany say?
It agrees with you, but I am disagreeing because I know why it's saying that. It's saying because it's normally the first sentence is flavor, but I would say flavor also should be counted as part of the spell. Because I mean, if not, then what is the difference between it and Misty Step?
Well, the fact is, Misty Step works anywhere. That Shadow Step's limited to dim light and darkness.
Yeah, but that doesn't really limit anything if you think about it. D&D.
I mean, it does. If you're in a brightly well lit area under a daylight spell, for example, you're not teleported anywhere.
Uh,
The way I see it, it's basically if let's, for argument's sake, if Senmari was in the Underdark, it's there's no shadow being cast. Generally speaking, that down there, it'd be teleporting in darkness for the most part. Basically, if they're in an underground cavern or something, then they should have pretty much free reign to teleport as they like. But in if it's a more well lit area, then that's not happening.
let's see. I said my opinion to chat and to Germany and see what it also says. I can see your point. That's why I'm not I'm not dismissing it outright. Uh, uh, yeah, but that makes, oh boy, that's stupid. Okay, so my issue, and I will explain my issue, okay? The name of the ability is Shadow Step. Okay. Then there's the first sentence that claims shadow. Okay. As far as I'm concerned, unless someone proves me wrong, a shadow is what you see on a surface when there is no light shining upon it. Partial light shining upon it because it only leaves a shadow. If you can tell me that the shadow is not that, and the shadow is actually the air that is darkened, okay. But I don't think that's the definition of shadow.
I target the dust particle floating in midair in shadow.
I mean, to be honest, there's no ruling that says you can't, but do you see it?
I have stereoscopic
micro-
vision.
Yeah, he has
Hundreds of feet.
microscopic vision.
Okay, let's see what Gemini defines as shadow. Find the word shadow. Ignoring the Dungeons and Dragons. Let's see what the definition of shadow is, because I want to know if I'm wrong about defining shadows. To everyday language is a dark area or shape produced by an object coming between rays of light and a surface. Correct. So, on your point, in this context, shadows requires a surface to be visible without a sidewalk. The shape on your shoulder doesn't exist, or blah blah blah. So yeah, shadow is the thing that is on a surface, and I would say that unless I don't see why they would call it shadow step if it just teleport when it's dark. Call it then dark step. I don't know. Shadow step would suggest shadows, as well as the first sentence gives me a flavor of it. I don't see why I need to ignore it. That's where I'm gonna have an issue with it. If they didn't want the shadow.
The only issue is if the flavor text is well and good, fair enough, but it's you're ignoring the rest of the spell with the whole darkness bit.
No, because Micro also said it. The rest of the spells give the condition in which you can use it. You can only use it when you're in dim light or in darkness.
Yeah, that's the point I'm making. It's the darkness bit you're ignoring.
No? How am I ignoring it? I'm not sure how I'm ignoring it.
The darkness is still... You could still be in the darkness of a shadow. Darkness doesn't mean it isn't a shadow.
Okay, so just to be clear, during the night, okay, any surface he sees, unless there is light directly shining upon it, is considered in shadow. Because there is nothing to shine upon it directly. The sun is not shining upon it. I would say it's a shadow. So he can basically teleport anywhere that he can see that is in a shadow, which means any darkness that is around him, which is fine.
But how does that work? How does that work in a cave when there's no light?
So everywhere is a darkness. So everywhere is a shadow.
Yeah. Darkness.
As long as there's no bright light, he can teleport.
There's no bright light. Yeah, the absence of. I mean, in this case, I guess if you want it to be defined as such, we could call any place that isn't lit up by bright light is in shadow.
Because basically, if you think about it differently, think of the sun shining upon the planet, right? When the sun is, there's a roof above your head, you have a shadow due to that roof. Just because you're underground doesn't mean that there's no shadow. You still have a shadow. Yeah. You just don't see light.
The stipulation that me and Tom want to get to is that I need a surface to target that isn't brightly lit. It can't be the middle of the air that isn't brightly lit.
That's where, and I actually use this because I've done this myself. That's actually not strictly true. You don't actually need a surface to land on because I've teleported into a mid-air.
I didn't say land on. I said that you need a surface in order to teleport there.
To target to it, to teleport to it. An unoccupied space that I see that is next to, like, that I know is in shadow, right? And the only way for me to know that it's in shadow would be for me to see a backdrop that isn't brightly lit.
Because if you remember, Tom, I used Drake's Misty Step to teleport into midair and then just took
Misty Step is not the same. It does not talk about having a surface. Misty Step can teleport into an unoccupied space in the middle of the air.
Yeah.
Okay.
Misty Step is very different. At least by the wording of it. Again, I'm not trying to remove Micro's abilities, but I think that if they wanted to just give him Misty Step as an ability, they would have
called it that.
They would have just written, Shadow Step. You gain the ability to Misty Step. Point done. You don't need to much more than that. Why would they put all this just to tell you, oh, by the way, you can just look at Misty Step, this is the ability you get. Because they do it everywhere else. When they want to refer to a spell, they just say, see, blah, 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 kind of thing. So, is there still a problem? Because I want to be sure that we have no further arguments that is a problem later on.
No, it's fine. I'm just, like I said, I just think that using shadow is a broad term, which when it actually specifies darkness, but that's neither here nor there. That's just semantics.
Okay. One last attempt to explain it. Okay. Let's say I will write this in this way.
It's honestly, it's fine. It will work.
One moment. Let me just show you. You can walk. If the spell was written like this, would you consider the first sentence important, or would you ignore it because it's flavoring?
I would say it's the second part which applies. You can only walk in dim light and darkness.
I'm actually curious. It's not a bit because I'm trying to attack you. I'm just curious. Why are you? I mean, apparently Gemini agree with you. By the way, so you have probably a point. I'm just not kind of understanding it. Why do you ignore the first sentence?
Because a lot of these things are flavor text. Like for example, let's see if I can bring up a spell. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to think of something.
Matthias, I agree with you. I mean, I agree with you in that regard. But
I don't think I have anything which, well, not without really nose diving through all my spells. I'm not really sure if there's anything here which would match. Let me see if there's a feature instead.
Matthias, do you have any spells that would be a good example?
I don't, unfortunately. That was one I was debating on taking.
Which spell? Is there a spell that you have kind of that might give a idea of?
I got Long Strider, Fairy Fire.
Those do any of those things, as far as I recall. There's no issue.
Okay, here we go. Enhanced Bond. The bond with your Wildfire Spirit.
Could you cast it? It would be easier. It's just easier for me. Oh, I can't see it yet in chat. Oh.
So
one moment, roll 20 God stack for me. 1 second, I'll just scroll down. Okay. The bond with your Wildfire. Okay. Yeah.
Right now, read that. It says enhances your destructive and restorative spells. Now, the restorative, that's fine, but it says destructive, and then it goes on to say fire damage specifically.
Sure.
So, like I said, in that sense, you do have to kind of ignore the flavor text because it doesn't actually apply to all destructive spells. It only applies to fire
spells. If the spell would be... Okay, so here's my question. If you had a Shield of Fire, according to...
It's a fire shield spell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So but this spell does it have nothing to do with it, even though it's fire?
It's actually... because it's... if I choose the fire form, I could do fire. I could still, at least on the first casting anyway, they could still take extra fire.
No, but I mean, if it does, let's say, fire spell that protects you against fire, it does nothing to help you protect against fire.
No, but it's the destructive part. Destructive applies to a broad range of spells, not just fire spells.
Also restorative.
Flavor text. Pardon?
It also says restorative.
Yeah, I'm ignoring the restorative bit because there's no issue
Why am
with
I
that.
ignoring bits? Why am I always ignoring bits? Okay.
No, the point I'm making is it says destructive spells. It doesn't say fire. Destructive spells of fire nature, fire destructive spells, or anything like that.
It's
It
like,
says
okay,
broadly destructive.
but you have a general saying at the first bit, and then it goes further on to explain that bit that they just said.
Yeah, which is what
It
I'm
would be like
pointing
me
out.
saying, you can attack a creature, and then I will say, via spells. It's not that I said that you cannot attack creatures. I said you can attack creatures, and then you can assume that you can attack it, I don't know, using air. But then I will tell you, no, via spells.
Yeah, but that's the point I'm making with Shadow Step. Shadow Step has that flavor text at the start, but then it actually goes to specifics on when you can actually use the ability.
But it gives specifics into the conditions in which you can use it.
Yeah, the same here. Whenever you cast a
But
spell
it
that
still
deals fire
is
damage,
the first sentence there is not completely related to those conditions, because the first sentence tells you where you can travel.
but this also, my enhanced bond feature says the bond with your wild fire spirit enhances your destructive. It doesn't specify fire until you get into the specifics. Which means
again,
if
I'm
were
not
just
saying
going
that
by
you should
flavor
ignore the
text-
second part.
I know, but I'm saying if you go by the flavor text, it should apply to all destructive spells, not just fire spells.
But then you have the rest of the spell that describes exactly. So
exactly, that's what I'm trying to say with
but
the.
Okay. Let's ignore a second the first sentence in your spell. Okay. You also have a problem then.
Because it's whenever you cast a spell that deals fire damage or restores hit points, but because that's the second bit of the text.
Oh, well, I mean, you just said that we can ignore the first sentence. I'm saying you cannot. I'm saying that if they wrote a sentence in a spell, it's meant to be there. If
Then
they
I
didn't
should
want
be
that
enhancing-
sentence,
Then if we ignored the specifics, like I said, that you would
we
go
don't
with the
ignore
dark-
anything. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to go. I'm saying the entire spell should be read as a whole, not ignoring any part of it.
Yes, but when you come to the definition of shadow, if we're just going based off its shadow exclusively, it doesn't work when it's in caves. There are no shadows in caves. Not
That's
just
what
the
we
opposite.
disagree on.
Everywhere's a shadow.
I agree. Everything is a shadow in a cave.
Yeah.
There's a roof. I mean, think of it as a roof. You're thinking like a cave as in, it's underground. Okay, underground means that you have a roof. Roof means that you have shadow, because light cannot penetrate. So you have darkness, because shadow.
Shadow is more commonly referred to the contrast between light and darkness, but I would argue that a cave is completely in shadow.
Also, you can see it when, for example, you have a lunar eclipse. So basically, you have the moon hiding the sun right in the way, and then you have a huge shadow all across the world. Does that mean that at that point it's not a shadow; it becomes nothing? It's still a shadow.
It's just darkness now.
Yeah. That is my point. And I think that most spells, if you ignore the flavor, kind of removes part of the spell if you kind of look at it.
Well, when I was looking at my spells, most of them don't actually have flavor text. They get right into the nitty gritty. So
Cast Fireball.
Everyone loves to cast fireball.
Yeah, I mean, just
Favorite.
cast a second Fireball. No, the description. I mean, I love the.
I know.
So if you ignore the first part of the spell, the flavor that you call it, right? According to you, if we ignore it, then the fireball just emanates from between the creatures and explodes there.
but it gives
if
you the range.
if you take into that point that it actually comes from you pointing a finger, it comes from you.
Like, let's just leave it here.
I'm just trying to explain because it's very important for
Yeah,
me
but
to everyone to
Ryan pointed out
understand.
that all you're doing is you're like I said, it just seems like you're ignoring the darkness part. You should, like for example, let's say he was in under the darkness spell.
Mhm.
Granted, he can't see through it, so it won't work unless he can actually see through it. But let's say he could see through it for argument's sake.
Yeah.
He should be able to teleport from that darkness spell. But
Yeah.
darkness isn't a shadow being cast; it's a literal pit of darkness.
No.
It's not a giant shadow. It's just a cloud of darkness.
If you put,
Don't think the spell is referring to the darkness spell.
I know.
it doesn't
I'm
really
just
matter.
using
Even
it as
the
a
darkness
point.
spell. If I take the darkness spell, even I don't mind looking at darkness spell. 1 moment. Darkness. 1 second. Magical darkness spread from a point you choose. Blah 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 blah. It spreads across corners and blah blah blah. Point to choose. Blah da dee da. Okay. Covering the source of light, completely covering the source of light. Yeah, there we go. So in the darkness spell, if you put it in the way of a light source, it will, as a spell it tells, hide the source of light from continuing on, which means that it is, if you consider it in a different way, an object. As in, it acts as an object to hide the light from passing on to the rest. Because if it wasn't, what would happen? You cast darkness spell, light would be shining on one side, the darkness spell in a certain area, and then the light that was, that didn't go into the darkness, because that is, darkness, would still appear on the other side of it. But in darkness spell, it actually says specifically, you won't see a light from beyond. You won't see, it won't affect the light on this side, even though it's just a spell, the range of the spell kind of thing. So I would say that darkness actually, yeah, it would actually give shadow.
It's not projecting a shadow though.
No, it's just causing shadows by blocking light.
Actually, just a clarification, you cannot actually project shadows, you can only project light, just say. Shadow is the lack of light, so...
It's like if you put an umbrella up in front of a torch and block the torch, you now created a shadow because the umbrella is blocking the light.
Yeah.
Mm.
I get, by the way, I mean, as I said, Gemini supports your argument, just to be clear. So you're not wrong. It's just that I don't agree with it. And I hope that's okay with you, that I don't agree with it.
We'll just have to agree to disagree. But like I said, it's not my feature. I'm just arguing on for the sake of Sinmari.
It was important for me to go and actually explain my ruling, because I don't like people feeling that I'm just ruling for no reason whatsoever. I do have the reasoning for why I'm doing things. Not always everyone agrees with me, but that's fine. I mean, if everyone agreed with me, it would be a boring world, so I'm good with it. So, to resolve the issue, I mean, as in to resolve what we were discussing and going back to what we wanted, the answer to you, Micro, is that you could if you had a direct line of sight.
Yeah.
All right. So, what do we actually do after all this?
Maybe to make sure that Samari can get a line of sight, maybe we can try and pry a little bit more open the bars at her window in particular.
I
Or
can
do we
actually
not
help you
supposed to?
guys, because the structure, I mean, you don't see the structure, so it's unfair for me not to describe it. Sinmari, you could probably teleport up onto the rafters and then just be seeing into your room. So there's no issue in regards to you teleporting around. The only issue you would have is that you would cause some noise when you land on the rafters, basically.
Okay.
That would be all.
Could I attempt to land more silently?
Yeah, I mean, that would be a roll when you do it. I have no issue with that.
We could prepare beforehand as well and put something like a cloth over where you intend to come back into.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We have time to prepare. I mean, it's still morning, isn't it?
Spread out my sleeping roll, like my bedroll, like underneath where I intend to like land when getting back in.
Yeah. Oh, can anyone in the group mend armor?
Druids don't we don't necessarily go around mending things, so unfortunately that's out of my side of my purview.
Fair enough.
At least, especially metal armor, anyway.
Pip, don't you have that spell?
Nope.
Okay. Well, didn't we have someone that can actually cast it?
I don't think anyone could actually cast it.
Let me check bright skills.
Maybe Pip? No, not Pip. Bright skill, I mean.
Yeah, I'm checking his spells now. Druidcraft, Gust, and Guidance.
Never mind.
I don't think druids even get mending, to be honest.
I think they can.
I'm a second closing my browser because it's acting up.
I'm just checking now. Oh yes, no. Actually, you're right. We can get it.
Yeah,
It's on the cantrips. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm also fairly certain that I've seen Keyleth cast it on Critical Role.
Yeah, unfortunately, no one here has actually prepared it. So
No worries. I was also just in general, like, if anyone had experience with, like, physically mending stuff. Because my armor has been pretty dinged up since the fight with the slimes.
Does anyone have smithing?
I definitely don't.
What type of armor actually do you wear? Because maybe smithing is not the correct one.
I'm wearing chainmail.
So yeah, smithing.
What I believe. How does Jonathan's ability to change his? He has an ability which he got as soon as he became a shadow rogue, where he can, by using spirits of the past that he's seen and talked to and interacted with, he can kind of change his proficiencies with abilities. Does that count for tools or not? It's a third level ability, I remember.
It's like
Whispers
borrowing
of
the
the dead, words
proficiency
from the
of
grave.
Yeah.
Tokens of the departed, maybe?
No, not that one. It's level 3 ability.
I mean, I'm not looking. I'm looking at his sheet, so give me a second.
If the party doesn't, I might just start asking locals.
I don't see it in his thing.
Hang on.
He didn't write it, maybe, but I don't see it.
Shadow Rogue, I'm just bringing it up now.
Sure. I don't see it. I tried. What did you say? You're looking at in town?
Yeah, if the party can't fix it, then he'll ask around town if anyone's able to.
That's why I was getting it wrong. I was calling it Shadow. It's Rogue Phantom. Whispers of the Dead. That's the feature.
Is it something he has? Because he didn't write it.
He should have. It's the first level, one of his first abilities. Yeah, he can gain a tool proficiency. So if he wanted to, he could change out the skill to gain smithing tool proficiency.
But this is Phantom.
Yeah, Phantom Rogue.
Phantom
I got
Rogue?
my copy of that. Yeah, he's. I kept saying Shadow because that's how I referred to them in Dragon Age, and that's what they were called. But it's actually Phantom Rogue.
It's Phantom. Okay. Blah blah blah. Whenever you finish, you can choose a skill. Use this feature to choose a different proficiency to lack. Well, he probably wouldn't have taken today's smithing anyways.
No,
I'm guessing.
No, but that's like I said, that he could possibly do it, but you'd have to ask him, and he's not present at the moment. But that's the only person I can think of who might be able to pull something off in that regard.
Yeah. So tomorrow, maybe. But even if he would, he doesn't have the tools on him.
No, there's that too.
Yeah, so I'll ask around the tavern, see if anyone knows if there's a armorer or metal still in town.
There's a metalsmith. But okay, I will save you the role play there because it's not really interesting. The issue is that it would take more than a day to fix.
Oof.
Do they have loan
loaner
armor he can borrow, for example?
They don't really loan armor. It's not the thing.
Do they have armor there?
They do have armor there.
Perhaps I could do a partial trade then, trading mine and try and pay for the rest.
How much is it? How much is chainmail in the book?
Good question. I can't remember.
Chainmail.
What you could do as well is see if they have splint mail. It's a direct upgrade.
I could. I want to get myself into full plate at some point.
Yeah, the only problem with full plate is the 1,500 cost, but yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't say here. Hold on. D&D Beyond.
Just did. Okay, I will just open the book.
75 gold pieces.
Thank you.
75 gold pieces.
Splint mail, I believe, is 100, but I could be wrong.
I don't have a lot of gold on me because I did get 2 potions. But if I'm trading in my old set, even if it is a bit damaged, could be, reserviced fairly quickly and be sold for cost again.
He will ask for 15 gold
15.
for the difference.
Anyone got 11 gold I can borrow?
Yeah. Fenris will hand over 11 gold.
I go. Alright, that's the 15.
So you can switch to a new armor.
Nice. Back up to 18.
18? 16.
I also have a shield.
Like, because you said back to 18 when,
Yes, because the -1 from the old damaged one brought me down to a 17.
Yep. Alright then. So, what else are we doing?
So sorry, because of the detracted discussion around Shadow Staff. What's the plan again? So are we going to set an alarm and then have 2 of us check during the night because we're the only 2 who can really actually get out easily enough to check it during the night to see if anything comes out of the well for a short period? That probably sounds like the best way to work.
Pip is going to raise the point that he's still a little bit kind of seeing things, and what if, we're all seeing images, right? Can we trust what we're seeing or not seeing?
I mean, that argument can be made in general, Pip. That's if we keep to. Let's just say what I'm seeing is a vast difference from what I would normally see. At least that's what I believe.
I haven't been seeing any illusions as of late.
Okay.
Same, not counting what we saw in the scrying mirror. It could be just a really fast bird.
Oh, it could be that Barovia is trying to mess with us. I know I've been seeing things, which I know for a fact aren't there, but it's you kind of got to ground yourself, Pip. Although why you'd be seeing a bird of all things, I don't know. I know you don't particularly like them here, but that's not the worst thing you fear, right?
No, that's you coming on to me.
In your dream.
No one wants to see that image.
And Murray.
Yes.
Roll a wisdom saving throw.
Oh no.
Yay!
Oh, great.
But why though?
Tom's like, wait, I haven't thrown anything at Senmari recently.
No.
Am I wise enough to not fall asleep? Let me see.
Nope.
Oh no. No, no, no.
I mean,
no.
wait, no, hang on. He does have natural resilience being an elf to sleep.
That is true.
If it is sleep.
It's probably not sleep, but still.
Anyways, continue on. What are you doing?
I mean, we were talking about a god order. That's what I remember.
Yeah.
I think the only two of us who are actually going to be able to check the well at any point during this night will be me and Senmari.
And since I'm an elf, technically, I can be up and around for 4 hours. Because
That's
only 4 of my 8 hours of rest needs to be actual trance.
Yeah.
That's very true, actually.
Yeah.
All right, so with that in mind, then I can pull off at least 2 hours at some point, and then you can handle the rest, Senmari. Yes, there'll be a 2-hour window where we might miss something, but
Just the point in which all the creatures will appear.
Hi, baby.
hello.
Hello, guys.
Hello.
Hi.
We're dealing
How you
with a well, and
Oh dear.
All
And-
well and good.
and I will just say that my joke was well.
It's all well and good, you know?
Greetings from starting to now get hot California.
Hey!
Nice.
Today
Well,
it was
just
raining
stirring
here.
the soup a little bit. Oh, I'll trade you for some rainy weather.
No, my ring. Don't take my ring.
No, give me rain.
I mean,
I know.
Israel has
Israel
very hard. Yeah.
They've been working very
Sorry, I
hard to
didn't-
steal those clouds, you know? They didn't want to share them.
Sorry, I didn't
My
mean to
clouds.
disrupt the flow there.
No, that's fine.
You're fine.
We had the discussion earlier about 30 minutes about the spell, so we're good.
Yeah, don't worry
Okay.
about it.
So, guys, what are we doing? Except for deciding that 2 hours will not be guarded. You have yet to choose which 2 hours, so I would love to know.
So, do we not have anyone else that are able to leave for 2 hours? Because then we would be able to watch it the entire 8 hours.
Curious Fenris, why can't you guard 4 hours?
Because he needs his beauty sleep, you know?
I figured I wouldn't be able to get enough of a long rest to change my spells over and recover my lost spell slots and stuff.
He's not an elf, right? He's a elf-related race.
Yeah.
He's elf adjacent.
You do know that you guys don't have to wake up the same hour, right?
That is true. He could just sleep in.
I'm not saying that. I mean, if you were in the open field and you might be attacked, I get that point, but you're in an inn.
Yeah. So you could be out for the first 4 hours and then just start your sleep later than us.
That could work. Yeah, that's fine.
Can we see the well from the tavern rooms that we got?
I would. Well, at least one of the rooms, yes.
Alright, I could probably take a turn watching as well from there, but I won't be
I
able to
mean,
leave.
we've already figured how to cover the 8 hours of the night. So
Yeah.
I think
So-
we will do it this way. Yes.
So, do we want to do anything else during the day until the night arrives?
No, I think Fenris has his mind on other things at the moment, so he'll just be waiting for it to take over.
Yeah.
I think Senmari would probably hang around the inn a lot, mainly just like for once taking proper time to like organize their belongings and so forth, and just kind of take a slow day for once, notice who's coming and going, maybe eavesdrop on conversations, you know, try to be nonchalant about it though, kind of thing.
Alright.
Mhm.
You're kind of arranging some of your stuff in your backpack.
Yeah.
You've been through your backpack many times through your adventures until now.
Yes.
As you're kind of arranging some of your clothing, kind of refolding them into a more convenient way, you find a small silver necklace fall from one of your clothing. You don't remember having packed it. You don't remember having had it. But it's there nonetheless.
Right. Do I touch it by accident already myself, or?
It fell from the clothing, so you didn't touch it yet. You just noticed it as it fell.
The piece of clothing it fell from. What clothing would that be? Is it some of mine, or like?
It is something of yours.
I have. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Would it be something with pockets? So
Yes.
someone could have slipped this into my pocket, kind of thing, at a.
Yeah, it is something with
a
pockets.
point.
Though you do recognize the necklace.
Okay.
Very quickly.
Yeah.
It's not something that I would say that is a very rare kind of thing, but the shape of it would be a good friend of yours from your original world.
Okay.
But
Then
you
I
have
would
no idea how
not
it got there.
Right. Then I would not mistrust it just purely on that and just pick it up
Yeah.
and look at it. Does it seem to be in like fine condition and so forth?
Yes. It doesn't seem to have been dented or broken or, anything of that sort. It seems to have gone through a bit of rough patch recently, maybe because you were traveling and all that, so it seems to be
Yeah,
a bit,
maybe slightly dirty.
scathed a bit,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it's fine,
Yeah.
except for that. One second, I'm just checking on my cat.
Uh-huh.
I
So-
just realized that's something I haven't done for a while, so
Yes,
What,
more
check on
healing
your
potions
cat?
always a good idea.
Micro, you can continue. Sorry.
So do I know whether this necklace had any use, or was it just a memento of a friend, or?
Well, she didn't give it to you. It was
Right.
hers.
So it was that she would wear all the time. Is it like,
Yeah.
does it have any significance, or was it like a personal belonging, or?
Just a personal belonging. You're guessing
Mhm.
it's worth something, but
Right.
it's not something you kind of asked about how much it's worth, but you're guessing it's worth a bit.
Right. Uh-huh.
She
I would,
really liked it. That's all I will say, that kind of thing.
Yeah. I guess I would try and put it in one of the more secure parts of the backpack to make sure that I don't lose it, kind of thing.
You start kind of packing it up in one of your more secure pockets, and continue your day.
Do I write this necklace down, or?
Sure. 1 second. Let's give a name to your friend. What would you want a name of a friend of Senmari to be?
Layla.
Oh, right, Layla's silver necklace.
Okay.
Give me half a minute, guys. I'm just checking why my cat
I
keeps
will
whining.
start the timer, Tom. Don't
No
worry.
worries.
Big time.
So what's the temperature like in California currently?
Oh, I was muted. Sorry. It's 90 right now. 90 degrees Fahrenheit. Swapping over to metrics. That's 1 moment.
That's some of the hottest weather you'd ever see in my country.
Oh, jeez.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
So
Yeah, it's about 32 degrees right now.
Oof.
that's nice
Yeah.
weather.
So,
Oh,
30,
jeez.
so to give you an idea, right? 36
Yeah.
would be the hottest ever recorded in my country.
Oh, jeez. Okay, yeah. It's because California is actually a desert, even though it's quite
Yeah.
well,
Mhm.
greenified,
Irrigated.
essentially. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Mm.
I live in the OC pocket, which is a coastal region, but unfortunately work takes me into the inner pocket, which is about 2 hours deeper inland. So,
Oof.
Hmm.
I don't
Yeah.
envy you that.
oh yeah, everything's further apart. Blech.
Yeah. Anyways, continuing on. What are we discussing?
I posted something. Needing distraction. Fenris will ask if anyone wants to accompany him to the surrounding forest so he could gather some common plant herbs for healing potions.
Right.
Yeah, I'll do that instead of just working out in the middle of the tavern.
I can see myself going with.
Yeah, so
So you all three make it to the woods. Fenris.
Mhm.
Since it's your choice of doing it, I will ask you to roll a nature.
nature, not survival.
Are you tracking something? You're just finding plants.
I thought my background would help with that as well.
Double Druid, activate.
Explain to me how it would help. I'm just trying to understand.
Because I would remember the general layout of terrain, settlements, and other features, as well as sort of I should be able to remember where I found spots where there were plants previously, which I found for this. I think I've done this before.
Anyways, roll an nature. It doesn't say that you need to roll survival specifically.
That's fine. Guidance in it and nature. 1 second. Nature. There. 13.
Just say one thing, and it's not. I'm not saying you can't use it. I'm just saying a thing that always weirded me out. How does a character cast guidance and then think about something for like half an hour and apply that guidance? I'm just saying, it's weird.
Playing it every minute, just spamming it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just completely confused about it, but okay. And I will still allow you to do it, just to be clear. I'm just saying it's weird. So you make it to the forest and you start looking through. And by the way, it would be an 18 because I would give you advantage since it's an area you do know. I believe you also already did it in this area, so I would allow you to give advantage. You get to an area where you previously managed to find plants to gather. You start finding some common plants you can cultivate. So who's left actually? Yeah, okay. Mike, you didn't have any visions recently? How are you doing?
Oh no. He's taking his medications a minute.
Ah, okay. Never
I'm
mind.
doing fine.
Take a moment.
Sorry. One of
Yeah.
the medicine's an injection, and it feels like liquid ice going through me. Ah!
Sorry, but that can't be pleasant.
You
Yeah,
feel
it was
okay
either
to
this or-
continue, or
just give me like 5 minutes.
okay? So I'll, in the
It was
meantime,
hard.
do something else. Okay.
It was either this or getting the tube, and I was like, no, thank you to the tube.
Yeah, understandable.
Yeah, I'm just gonna mute myself in the interim.
Okay. Pip, you didn't join them, right?
No.
You didn't want to go see the Raven again?
No, I didn't really.
Alright. So, Matthias,
Yes.
roll a wisdom saving throw.
Uh, I'm not
Oh,
wise.
God.
I am not wise.
You are definitely helping with finding some plants. As you are doing so, you kind of are looking at the plant and trying to decide whether it's one that he needs. And you kind of are wondering in your head about it, and you remember this plant that you saw it before around your home place. As you kind of lift your head, you can see not too far from you a town that seems very familiar.
That could not be right.
You're still standing and still seeing it.
He's like squinting and moving his head to see if it gets hazy or wobbly.
No. You can see some smoke starting to rise from one of the buildings.
All right, I'm sorry about that. What's happening?
Matthias is seeing a vision.
I would say that since, actually, Mike, could you roll a wisdom saving throw? Let's see if you both can see it.
I need to open the character sheet. One moment. Sorry about this.
Mm-hmm, no problem.
No, you're fine.
Good old roll 20.
I know, right? Roll20 started telling jokes now.
Oh no.
Beep.
Right scale, yay!
Beep.
We can see a bright scale.
Yay. All right, now time to open the character. I think I can remember. Open that, open that.
Wisdom save should be in a little box on the top left.
Indeed, character sheet's just loading right now. Top box on the left, you said?
Yeah, underneath, well, on top of where it says saving throws, to roll a wisdom save.
Wisdom save.
You said it was on the top left?
Yeah, if it helps, it should be underneath proficiency bonus and inspiration. Right next to your strength score and dexterity score.
There you go.
There we go.
Damn!
So
Nice.
never mind,
What a
you don't
comeback.
see anything. You're good.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, Matthias,
Yeah.
you still see the town, and it's starting to have some smoke rising from it.
Yeah. Fenris, bright scale.
Well, yeah. What is it?
Can you see a town here?
He's
No.
pointing at a tree, not too far from him.
You found a nice tree.
An oak tree, I believe.
That's
Quite
what
a
I
strong
thought.
oak tree.
Mm.
Are you
Matthias,
Yep.
you can start hearing screaming coming from that town. And you can see people starting to run away in fear. As you see parts of the town being almost like if it's being destroyed via reality itself breaking down, as pieces of it starting to break away.
Yeah. The face journey he is going on is not a pleasant one.
Would you do anything though? Because your character is going through it.
Well, the one person he trusts most and his new friend have just said that there's nothing there.
And yet, you have tried to stop the vision.
Yeah. Um,
You can see the breaking of the town starts to approach rapidly towards the area where your small house is. You can see what family members do you have in your family?
he's actually never seen any of his family members in living memory. The two people he was closest to, though, was a absolutely ancient half-orc and this pretty old dwarven lady.
So you can hear from that area a scream. You would recognize that scream as an elderly lady's scream. As you can see, the piece of the house starting to break down as reality itself seems to break apart. Do anything.
Can I put a hand on his, shoulder?
Sure. You put your
Uh,
hand on his shoulder. As soon as you do so, you start seeing it as well.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, he is not having a good time.
You do anything though.
Oh,
I
Can-
don't think he. I think he's way too aware that he has no ability to do anything right now.
Roll a con saving throw. You can. You kind of are. Well, how would you describe your emotions at the moment? I mean, your characters, just to be clear.
He's in deep denial. He does not want to believe what he's seeing, but a small part of him thinks this is what happened after he and Rightskill left the world. This is what they left them to. And he feels powerless at the moment, like there is not a damn thing he can do about it.
They feel sad or pain.
Yeah, there's definitely some anguish in him.
The
I'm going
film
to
continues for a second to more before the town vanishes and you again see the trees around you. Though, in no way, shape, or form does it disappear from your memory.
Yeah.
You can see Fenris approaching and he's saying, whatever you're seeing, close your eyes and just mutter, it's not real. Just keep repeating that to yourself no matter what. Not realizing, of course, that it's ended for you already.
Yeah. It's gone.
I want to kind of grab a hold of your face and give you a look, like make sure you're fine.
I'll just pull him into a hug.
Whatever you saw, it wasn't real. This place likes to mess with you.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Anyway, you might want to avoid picking that plant that you were staring so strongly at. That looks like it's a nettle plant, and you'll have a very nasty rash if you decide you wanted to try and pick that.
Yeah, no, I learned that lesson before.
Fenris just nods and then kind of gives them some space so they could discuss things further without him in earshot.
Oh,
He's still within line of sight in case something happens, but he kind of makes himself scarce a little bit.
yeah. Matthias will look down at Bryce like, did you see?
I did. It couldn't have happened, right? Just was seeing things.
Yeah,
That troubled look he's had for a while is kind of back, and he's just kind of holding you.
yeah.
There's a strong gust of wind kind of pushing some leaves across the floor. There's a slight chill to the air as you both are kind of looking at each other. Fenris, you are still busy with picking up some plants. As
Aye.
Yeah, as you are busy there picking up another plant, seeing that they're just, looking at each other, assuming everything is fine at this point. You two can hear a distinct voice. Not too far from you, but not visible to you. And it says, "But this is exactly how it happened." To respond. Do you do anything?
I think Matthias would tense up quite a bit hearing it.
Yeah, any sense of calm is now gone. Scale looks incredibly on guard.
The mists of Barovia seem to almost like have a shape for a moment of a humanoid where you hear the voice from before it kind of seems to get back to a shape that is more resembling mist. Another slight gust of wind. You're just standing there, feeling the pain, but no longer hearing a voice.
I think he's trying way too hard right now.
Scale's a little quieter. He seems almost unsure now, but he's nodding.
Come on, let's not linger.
Just to be clear, Fenris, how long would you spend in the forest?
Probably until, this realm's equivalent of dusk, and head back then.
Okay, so a long time. Cool. Mike, since you aren't here a lot due to your things, could you please roll a d100? It's just a slash roll 1d100.
Was the wrong. There you go.
That's one S, so I don't know what that is, but it's not a roll, so could you please do a 1d100, please?
Sorry.
No, you're fine. Don't worry,
What?
people have rolled 1d 1,000 before now. It wouldn't be the first time.
I
Had a
couldn't
mini
roll.
heart attack thinking you rolled a 1, like, oh.
I'm trying to roll 1d100. It's not letting me. Give me a moment here.
I can send you the...
There we go.
There you go.
There you
Well, thanks to Mike, nothing further happens as you spend your time in the forest.
You lucky charm, you.
I
Indeed.
thought that was going to be a 1.
So
At
how many
first, I
plants
was
do
almost smiling when I saw the one, but yeah.
Rocks fall, everyone dies.
I'm cruel, but must be fair.
I cease.
How many plants do I manage to gather, Tom?
For what purpose? For healing potions?
Yeah.
Sorry?
I said yeah, for healing
Okay.
potions.
Sorry for the noise. My cat is rubbing it. I'll be right back.
Yeah, no problem.
We don't hear the noise, but yeah.
Sorry, just had to put my cat outside.
Mhm. But we didn't hear the noise, just so you know.
Oh, okay. She was screaming at me.
You find enough for 9 potions.
9.
Nice.
Hey, Bright Scale, you have any experience with herbalism?
Like,
Oh, you might be still. Oh, yeah, there he is.
What's up? Sorry.
No, you're fine. Fenris was just asking, you have any experience with herbalism? I know you follow a different druidic order, but I'm not sure where the similarities end.
I mean, I wouldn't mind being able to assist. I know a little bit, not too much.
All right, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna make sure we can get some decent healing potions out of this. Lord knows I need the distraction.
I could use a distraction as well.
Did you see something as well? Because obviously you wouldn't have known about the connection.
Yeah. People that we both care for. Meeting their end, potentially. The town on fire, falling.
Is this something that... Go on, sorry.
Reality tearing it all away.
Fenris stills at that and then says, I could see why that would be troubling considering our previous conversations, but you gotta know that's not real.
This
I'm doing
place
my
is
best.
doing its utmost to make us think otherwise.
Yeah, well, as I like to say, screw whoever decides to mess with us in that regard.
I admire that.
Yeah, well, considering I keep seeing the severed head of my mother, it's getting challenging, but...
Because Bratty will instantly pay that. That's it.
Yeah. Got to check in with each other to make sure we're all on the same page.
It's why it's best not to be alone at the moment, as much as I have foolishly needed to do otherwise, although I will grant that I was in a very bad place when I did that.
Safety
Yeah.
numbers.
But what I will say is, like I said, don't necessarily believe anything you hear or see in that regard, because 9 times out of 10, it's the mists or whatever controls the mists trying to mess with us. Plus that whole thing that we saw it back in Soft's land, that still troubles me.
Seems there's a lot to be concerned with.
Always be on guard is what they say, right?
At this point, by the
Especially
way,
this
you
one.
guys would have made it back to town, just to be clear.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's fine.
Right. We reach evening. You don't have time to create a potion because potions would take a day. But
That's fine. I did.
Yeah. Do we do anything before sleep?
No, I think unless anyone else has any updates for us, that would be it.
Right. Before it basically lights out in the inn, the innkeeper is going through room by room, kind of checking the barrier that he put in place on all the windows, making sure that everything is holding. He seems to even reinforce some places that he thinks that have a bit loosened before he kind of leaves. Leaving you to your room, kind of wishing you a quiet night. Explaining that during the night, no one is allowed to open the external doors or open any of the windows.
Fair enough.
And with that, he leaves you be. I'm guessing Fenris was the first that would go on shift.
Yeah, Fenris would slip out as a lizard. He'll kind of, since I suppose Fenris and Jasmine would be able to share a bed. Well, you said there were 3 beds per room?
Yes.
Okay. Fenris will just turn to Matthias and say, I'm going to slip out now. Get Jasmine for me.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye here.
Jasmine, listen to what Matthias tells you, okay?
You might live to regret that.
I chuckle at that.
And Bright skills here to reinforce any silly decisions. And then Fenris will, with that, shift into a small, before he hears Jasmine's probably very sarcastic response, he'll shift into a lizard and slip out.
Yeah.
I'm going to
get
try to have tea with Jasmine in the interim.
You start climbing onto the wooden piece and then starting to try and kind of squeeze through. It takes you a try or two, as you guys can see. It's basically his back legs kind of wheel in the air for a bit before he managed to finally gain some ground and push himself out. It's a tight squeeze, so you did manage to do it. It just wasn't extremely comfortable. Would you be completely going out, or would you be just staying on the rafters outside?
I think the plan was to be within sight of the well, so we can keep watch, and then
You're within sight of the well.
yeah, I'll keep
No,
with
actually,
that then.
you are not. Sorry, my bad.
Okay. Yeah, I'll move to a place where I could be within sight of the well.
You make your way to the well. Do you stay in lizard form?
Yeah, at least because then I'm
You
less.
do know that
likely
it's
to
a
be
very
stupid.
slow progress to move as lizard, right?
I mean,
It's 10 feet around.
no, this is more than that. It's hang on, let me burn up the lizard. It is definitely not 10 feet. 20 feet.
You make your way towards where the well is. Would you be on the ground looking at it, or where would you kind of locate yourself?
I would definitely put myself in on a building where I could be within sight of it.
You're kind of finding a comfortable spot to stand on a wall, kind of looking towards the well. Does Lizard have dark vision?
Yes.
What distance?
If I find it's going to be a problem, I can shift out. It is 30 feet.
So you start kind of looking at the area, trying to see if anything is happening. 3 hours into your shift, you can see, well, what seems to be vapor coming out from the well.
Fenris
Kind
will
of
narrow
building
his
up.
eyes. Fenris will narrow his eyes and then kind of make sure. Well, he's a lizard. I don't think they're going to be able to spot him very easily anyway. But he'll make sure he's not clearly visible.
Well, I mean, for now, you don't see anyone. You see just vapor gathering up, which kind of obscures your vision due to the vapor. As you see, you see through the vapor what seems to be a humanoid shape, kind of climbing out from the well. You can hear the wheel of what's holding the bucket kind of move very rapidly as something is pulling on the rope, probably. The shape takes form into what seems to be completely humanoid outside the well, though still kind of mostly hidden by the vapor. It seems to be, for a moment, kind of looking around before it slowly starts to advance towards a building not far from the well. Not the building you're on, another building right next to you. As it continues to approach, you can finally see it getting out from the vapors. You can see clearly a zombie slowly making its way towards the building, kind of getting to where the wooden pieces are to seal the windows, trying to kind of force itself into the window, trying to break the wooden pieces from the window. Unsuccessfully, I will add, because it's just using its nails, basically. Would you like to do anything as you're looking?
I'll get closer to, on kind of still keep it to the buildings, but get closer so I could make out features, what this zombie looks like, who the zombie might be, that sort of thing.
Perception.
All right. There.
It's hard to tell exactly. But, I mean, this person clearly was dead for a while now, and he's missing some chunks of his flesh at this point. But something seems familiar about him, but you just can't put the finger on why you know this person.
Okay. I'll look back to the well. Does anything else seem to be coming out of the well? Or is it just the one zombie?
Not yet.
Is that water vapor? Is that vapor still gathered around it, or?
Yes. But it seems to be just a steady vapor kind of going on. It's not. It doesn't seem to be, growing in size. It just seems to be a steady vapor. As you're waiting there, a minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, eventually you can hear the sound of something else climbing out of the well. This one seems a bit more stable in the way that it stands, as it starts kind of heading out towards another building on the other side of the place. Not close to you, it's just the opposite side of the road, so it's not close. Its walking seems to be more stable, and it seems to be lacking less pieces of its body. But because it's facing the other way, you kind of have a hard time to see the face or anything like that.
Okay, I'll look briefly back at the zombie. Does it look like it's making any progress of breaking into the building?
No, though it does leave some rather serious scratch marks on the wood.
That's fine. I'll deem it as, at least for the time being, beaming. For the time being, I'll deem it as not something to be concerned about just for the moment, and then I'll quickly move over to get a better look at the other creature.
You try to
I
cross
use
the road.
I'll be right back.
Sure. Do you cross the road?
I would try to stick to the buildings, but if necessary, yeah, I'll cross the road.
Cannot. I mean, you need to pass the road.
Okay, that's fine. I'll cross the road.
You make it across the road. You can see the creature the one that is more stable, seem to turn as he hears the scattering of your feet and start to rapidly move towards you. You get to a building. I'm guessing you try to climb high enough so it can't reach you.
Basically.
It just follows you until he gets to the building, sees that you're a bit up, and then kind of lose interest and start going towards the doorway of this building.
What does this creature look like?
You can recognize it as a ghoul.
Okay.
It goes to the door and starts kind of bumping against it, trying to break it open. You can hear some slight whimpering from inside, as you can hear some shuffling and pushing against the door on the other side. Yeah. The ghoul starts just bumping into the door every now and then.
How much space is on the building for me to stand comfortably in my normal form?
On the ceiling, or where do you want to be?
Like if I was on top of a roof, for example, where I could look down and take aim.
You have space.
Okay. As soon as I hear the whimpering, something inside Fenris just snaps, and he'll change back into normal form, and then
Probably not exactly where you are.
No, I'll move to a place where I think will be stable.
Because you are just down the wall and just suddenly shifting to Fenris falling over. I'm annoyed.
Flops to the floor.
And this is where I should end our session. I hope you enjoyed. For those on stream, we shall continue next week. Unless someone cannot make it. I actually can't ask everyone, but everyone that is here. And I'm guessing Mike not, but the rest of you. Is anyone having an issue with attending?
Nope, shouldn't do.
I shouldn't do.
Ben?
Nice.
Sorry, what date are we talking? The 11th?
11.
Yeah.
Yeah, should be good.
Noise.
Micro?
I'm coming back from a business trip on Saturday or Sunday next week.
Yeah, but I
I'll
don't
keep
know
you
with you if you can make it due to what you have going. So
Yeah.
I don't want to ask you because I don't want you to feel that you promised me and you didn't show up, kind of thing. So
I appreciate it.
Micro, can you make it next week? Micro.
Yes, I should be able to. Sorry, I was muted at 2 places.
So you can?
Happens.
Okay. All right. So next week we have a session, unless Opposite will tell us that he cannot make it. For those on stream, I hope you enjoyed yourself. If you didn't, well, I don't know what you spent your time here then for. Good night, and I'll see you. Oh yeah, I'll see you next time. Good night.